Everybody, what is going on? Love and Light Jason here. Guess what? I am in Arizona. I made a video today of my trip, so you should look for that. I think there's three small videos so you can see the trip that I had out here. And it is a little after 5 p.m., but it would be 7 p.m. Central Time where I would normally have my videos going for my live. And I was like, well, why not? Let's give it a shot. It's blistering hot out here. It's 110 degrees right now. I'm at the pool. I'm in what do you want to call it? A hostel. I'm sharing a room with like four other guys. A guy from England, London showed up last night. Um, I have been um, looking for work, looking for a place to stay, but mostly looking for work. And as usual, trying to go into my old life, which I shouldn't have done, but those have continuously shut. So I know that I have to surrender, continue, and not fall into fear, and know that what is about to take place is, not punishment. It's not anything of that nature. It is a new beginning, a new life. And here I am in Scottsdale, Arizona, in this new life. My first week here was pretty good, getting acclimated to severe weather in the desert. Arizona State University is right down the road. I'm going to go camping, not camping, but hiking in the mountains um, tomorrow, or trails and stuff before it gets too hot, before it gets like 7 or 8 in the morning, because it is brutally hot here, guys. It's only 10% humidity, but right now, as I said, at 5 o'clock, it is 110 degrees and it is smoking hot. So, and that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, whether anybody shows up 222 on the timer with that. Um, whether any of you guys show up today or not, that's fine. But I wanted to really talk to you about relinquishing fear, believing in the truth of who you are, a divine being creating your own reality with your own thoughts. And today is no different. I've turned down 3 or 4 jobs already, not enough money, new life, new place. But again, I'm trying to fit into an old pair of shoes that no longer are any good, right? So it's just not going to happen. I have to trust the process and what is coming towards me right now. So all the way here, I saw nothing but massive amounts of angel numbers. At one point in Colorado Springs, I was pumping gas, right? And it um, pump stopped, and I turned around to go, top it off, and the pump read $33.33. Seeing angel number 888 all the way here, which means massive abundance, massive security and wealth and all of this. And I'm constantly seeing it here right now. So I have to believe that what is going to take place is simply a realignment, and it's not punishment. And it's really easy to begin to fall into fear, right? And that is something that we don't want to do. Sorry, guys. I have to hold this up because I don't have anything to put it back to. Um, so I just wanted to come on here to talk to you guys about that. And it's a good topic to talk about, which is, fear based. I don't know anybody here, but I do, because he reached out to me a year ago, saw me on one of my um, podcasts, and we became friends. And he lives, 15, 20 minutes away, and we spent, a few days together, and it's been cool, you know. So, but again, I have no job. Today I was supposed to get paid for my last job. Supposed to have about 1,100, 1,200 bucks get deposited. Instead, I got 260 bucks. Reason being is they decided to take all my vacation away that I had used, because they give it to you as you accrue it. And it didn't matter whether I was forced out of my apartment or not, they took all my money back. while I was out going for interviews and filling out rental applications and stuff like that that never worked. But um, I didn't get the $1,100 that I was hoping for. And instead of getting mad and deeply falling into fear because my financial situation isn't the best in any way, shape, or form right now, was that I was beyond grateful for that $260. There's $260 that I didn't have. I'm grateful for what money I have in my account right now. And I just let it go. I turned down 2 jobs today because it wasn't enough. One of them was working with autistic children. Um, they wanted me to work part-time hours. I can't do it, no. And, you know, those doors are being closed because they're not meant to go through. And I have to trust the process, and I do. And I just came back after all day of searching and just said, you know what, I'm done. It's going to come. What I came here to do is not here yet, and I just have to be patient and then understand that the truth of who I am is coming to me. So it's easy. What I'm saying, guys, is it's easy to fall into fear. And remember what I said about fear. Fear is an illusion. It's not real. It's something that you create in your head. It's like the ego. The ego is not real. It's a figment of your imagination. It has been every voice inside your head, right? So even though I moved 2,000 miles away, moved from all the way from my family, don't know anybody, have very little money, I'm living in a hostel with 4 other guys. I have a cold bed to sleep in. I have a refrigerator and a stove, and I have a place to stay. And the best is yet to come. And I firmly believe, without question, hesitation, or doubt, that this business that I've started is going to take off here. So um, I'm not going to fall back into something that doesn't exist, and that's fear. So I'm sorry, guys, sweat is pouring down me right now. It is 110 degrees here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I'm sitting here at the pool. I can't do it inside my place because, like I said, I'm living with 4 people. Um, but I was blessed this morning, even though they took, $900 out of my check and I have nothing. I'm grateful for what I have. And that is huge, everybody. Be grateful for what you have, because there's somebody that's sitting on the side of the road right now in this heat, in 110-degree heat, with no food, no water, nothing. And I have a place to stay. I have food in my stomach. I'm healthy. I got paid today, even though it wasn't the $1,100. I'm grateful for all that I have. I refuse and will not ever let fear control me ever again. It's not real. I am blessed. What is coming is going to be beautiful. And every door that has been closed so far has been for a reason. I'm not meant to go down there. It's like buying a new pair of shoes and you wanting to put on the old ones that don't fit anymore. They hurt, they're worn out. Toes are, gone through. Why would you be putting those shoes on when you got a new pair that fits your feet perfectly? It's the same thing with fear. Why am I trying to go back into an old life that Jason no longer exists? Right? It's never going to work. So no matter how hard I try and find a job in my old career, it's not going to work. It's never going to work. So this is the start of the new life, guys. This is the start of the new Jason. His business is going to take off and roll and have a blessed time. So I came on as 5 o'clock because in Wisconsin it would be 7. So if I came on here at 7, most of you guys um, it would be too late. So I don't think you guys know that I'm on yet. That's fine. I just had to adjust the time for me to come on. So let's talk about another thing. Um, Gratitude. Gratitude is right up there with the greatest form of love, and that is empathy, right? Um, be grateful, as I was just stating, for what you have, because there are billions of people that are suffering horrifically around the world right now through wars, through starvation, through disease, through malnutrition, whatever it is. I see so many people here walking down the road that are homeless in this heat, and I can't even imagine what they are going through or experiencing. And again, they're creating that themselves, right? Because everything here is simply an illusion. What you see on a daily basis is what you are creating in your mind. Again, this is not your mind, that's your brain. It's trying to make sense of what you are dreaming and creating. Your eyes are lenses, and what you see, your lenses are projecting outward, creating what you consider your physical reality, which doesn't exist. Again, it's a figment of your own imagination. Nothing here is real. It's all an illusion. But yet, it seems real to you because you believe the insanity that you've created for yourself. Okay? And that's simply the truth. All of you are insane. When we took on consciousness, what you know as duality, when our minds split, when we decided to take on this epic insanity, we became literally delusional. Our minds have split. A little bit of us is right here inside this physical body, but 99% of us is still at home with Father or God to you guys. And you are simply imagining everything that you see on a daily basis, whether you're driving to work, whether you're having sex with your boyfriend or girlfriend, whether you're out grocery shopping, you are creating it in your mind. And therefore, your avatar, your body, is experiencing it. But that's all that's happening. You're not here. You've never been raped. You've never been punched. You never went swimming. You never had sex. It's all an illusion. And that is why I moved out. Look at 12:12 on the timer. Wow. That's why I come on here to keep teaching you guys. That's why I moved out to Arizona with no job, no place to stay, very little money I spent on the way over here. And now I tried to fit into an old version of myself that doesn't fit. I can't find a job. I turned down 4 jobs. Why? I'm not meant to be in them. I have to trust the process. And in that process, it takes what you call, that also doesn't exist, is time. Time does not exist. It's simply an illusion as well. So everything happens when it is meant to. Don't think of a door closing or a marriage ending after 30 years or the loss of a job that you dearly loved as punishment, as retribution from your Father, from God. It simply means you're done learning what you needed to learn and it is time to move on. That door is shut. When a door shuts, another one opens. And when you're on the precipice, when you're on the verge of stepping through that door, it is utterly terrifying, right? Because you don't know when you take that step in what's going to happen. The whole way here, when I left Wisconsin, 17, almost 1,800 miles, I had no idea where I was going, who I was going to run into, where I was going to sleep, how I was going to get a job. And not once did I fall into fear. I slept on roadsides or rest areas in the back of my Jeep, rolled down the seats, put the sleeping bags out, and fell asleep. Woke up in a beautiful state, and I just kept driving until I was here. Not once did I fall into fear, and I'm not falling into fear now. All right, because I know that it's illusion every step of the way. Like I mentioned earlier, when I was in Colorado, I filled up with gas. I turned around to go to the pump. The pump read $33.33. It's a direct sign from the non-physical that says, keep going, you're on the right path, keep rolling. And they're proud that you haven't fallen into fear. You're not freaking out. You're not having a spaz attack moment, right? It's an illusion. Everybody's saying, hi, how are you? And everybody that I look around and talk to, they're all versions of myself, right? So for me to get angry and attack them, I'm only attacking myself. I'm only going to cause myself more pain and suffering, and that person that I was mean to. I saw a homeless man on the side of the road. I had $3. All the money I had, I gave to him, right? Why? I'm not worried about it because my blessings are coming. My abundance is on its way, massive abundance. the whole way down. I saw 888, triple eights all over the place. Massive wealth, massive abundance. I refuse to fall into fear, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And I was like, where am I going to go to do my podcast? Because I'm sitting in a hostel with four other guys, right? Well, just come out to the pool. Yeah, it's 110 degrees right now. I am literally soaking wet in sweat, but I wanted to come on and talk to you guys to show you that this new life is taking shape. It's taking form. I'm happy. I'm not scared. Is it a little disconcerting at times? Like, but that's easy to fall back into that fear, right? Oh, is my husband going to leave? Is my daughter going to talk to me if I get remarried? It's all fear. You came here to work on yourself, guys. All right. You simply came here to work on yourself. It would be like if you're in an airplane and the plane's going to crash, right? And the air masks come down while you're going around trying to put air masks on everybody, you die. Well, what good was that? Right? I mean, it's good to help, but you come first. You have to put that air mask on first. You're going to die, right? Even though death is an illusion, you simply transition, you wake up, right? So put the mask on and then help somebody else out. You see what I'm saying? You come first. So it's easy to fall back into that trap of being disillusioned by what you see and the experiences that you're going through. Remember that you're simply watching what's taking place. When you created your life, you created all of your lives in the Big Bang that you guys know as the Big Bang, right? When you saw that explosion, every single one of your lives were created and lived. And right now, you're just come home, clicked on the TV, and you're watching a rerun of one of your lives. That's it. And yes, you're going to die. You chose to come into this world through the parents that you chose, the location that you chose, meaning the part of the world that you chose. Okay. You also wrote your way out of this dream, which means you could be shot and killed by a stray bullet. You could go swimming with your family in the ocean and you get pulled out to sea and you drown. Plane crash, car crash, burning in a fire. You wrote your way out. So that rolls around into the next topic that I want to talk about, judgment. You do not get the right to choose to judge somebody on how they die. Well, he was murdered. She was brutally raped and decapitated. That's not your job to judge. Say, oh, that poor bastard. I hope he dies. I hope he goes to the electric chair. Wrong, because that person that did that to that being is also God, and is also going to go home. Just like Adolf Hitler's home, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ed Gein, Ted Bundy, they're all home. Okay, because they're just different versions of yourself. You just don't like. But what I'm saying is you don't get to judge that. Just like somebody would say, well, why'd you move out to Arizona? That was dumb. You don't have a job. You don't have this. No, I know I'm all right. Is it a little disconcerting that all of those things are true? Yeah, but I also know that I'm going to be provided for big time. So I'm not going to worry about that. But you don't get to judge, especially yourself. I have yet to judge myself anymore, nor will I judge myself. Secondly, is you don't get to judge anybody else. All right? You do not. You come first. You work on yourself. You work on you. Don't worry about your marriage. Your marriage it's not even real. That too is an illusion. God doesn't care about your marriage, right? So if you step outside of your marriage and show another being love and are intimate with it, God is clapping his hands. Yay, you're spreading love. That's what I am. Same thing with a relationship between a boyfriend and a girlfriend. Well, he cheated on me. Well, so what? He didn't really cheat on you because everybody out there is you. So you're just falling in love with yourself. And what are you doing? You're spreading love, because love is the only thing that is real in this psychotic dream that we're having right now. Sorry about that thing in my, there we go. So, you don't get to judge on that. When I see stuff happening like that, I'm like, okay, well, good. They're spreading love. And while the rest of he had an affair on her and he had other children, so what? There is no judgment here. I don't judge any of you. I don't judge myself, and I will not judge anything ever again. I have love and I have empathy for you all. with whatever situation you're going through, no matter how brutally hard it is in a situation where you are evolving as a soul, as a beautiful being, right? And that's all it is. It was an experience that your soul chose to go through so it could evolve. You are a multidimensional being living multiple lives across multiple realities right here, right now. Okay? And you are evolving. So do not be hard on yourself. Do not hate yourself. Do not loathe yourself. Love yourself. Nicholas West, what do you got to say? Hi, Jason. I saw your last video. I wish you the absolute best on your move to Arizona. God bless. Thank you, Nick. I'm here in Arizona right now. That's why I'm doing this. It's a Friday night. Instead of being in Wisconsin at 7 o'clock, it's in Wisconsin. Right now, it is 7:30. So I'm on here in Arizona at 5:30. So, and I wanted to talk to you guys, let you guys know that here I am. I am beautiful. I am perfect. I am right where I need to be. And I'm not going to stress about anything that I was talking about yet because the abundance is coming. But thank you for the kind words, Nicholas. I'm absolutely blessed. Thank you. So, my kids have called me. They're worried. Dad, it's so hot. I saw it's 112 degrees. That's pretty hot out. So, but for, 9 months out of the year, it's in the 70s because when fall comes and winter, it's only in the 70s here, right? And then in the spring, it starts to warm up. It's only in June, July, August that it gets really brutally hot here. So, thank you again, Nicholas. I'm honored. Thanks for popping in. I just wanted to get another live session in and try and get back on my normal schedule of Fridays for you guys. So if anybody here watching, the 6 of you have any questions that you would like to ask, please feel free, drop it in the comments and I will answer your questions. But I'm happy, guys. I am happy. I like it here. I feel at home here. It's beautiful here. The mountains in like I said, I'm in Scottsdale right now. I'm looking more towards Tempe, Arizona, or Tempe, as they call it here. And it's all going to happen. Patience, belief. Do you believe, guys? That's the question. Do you guys believe in who you are? Because that's what you came here to do, is to find yourself. So many people now, so many of you have so many questions, so many concerns, are fearful. What is death like? Are you sure? Well, I've had this bisexual experience. Is God going to condemn me? I murdered and raped somebody. Am I going to burn in hell? Or whatever it is that went on in your imaginary dream that you're fearful of. And so many of you are searching up near-death experiences. You're searching up people that have died and that you feel a connection with, right? And many of my subscribers and followers and people that support this channel, when they found me, I resonate within them, right? It's a resounding resonance that they can grasp onto and feel safe and feel secure. And that is their soul telling you to listen. Here's the truth. Truth is knowledge. There is nothing else. That's it. Everything else is a dream. Is it, what was I thinking about today? It was, oh my God. I can't think of the word right now. I'll pop in, and when I do, be prepared for it because I'm just going to splurt it out. It's just an absolute belief in yourself, right? So all of you guys come on here searching NDE, searching for something that resonates with you, that all of a sudden you begin to wake up, and that's what you need to do. That's what you came here to do, is to find out and figure out who you are in the here and now, because that's the only thing that exists is now. Nothing else exists. You can't go back to yesterday. You can't go back to 2 hours ago because it doesn't exist. Even if you took a picture of somebody and said, look here, that person doesn't exist. It's a figment of your own imagination. Or if you went back and saw a high school photo of you and your best friend, that doesn't exist. There's nobody there, right? And I can't show you tomorrow because it doesn't exist. But what does exist and what is taking place right here, right now. And that is where God wants you to live. That's where Yeshua wants you to live, is right here, right now. Be happy, be free. Choose to believe in who you are and know that you are a God, a divine being who is safe and secure, who is the creator of their own realities, because that is all that is taking place, guys. Be that. Remember what I said before? You're on that hamster wheel, right? You're going round and round and round. You're on a journey, you're on a voyage that goes nowhere. It goes nowhere. You're already home. You get off you get off that circle, right? That hamster wheel, and you stop, you look around and you do something, you go, this shit ain't for me. And you get back on, and then you go backwards, right? And you're going somewhere because you're on a constant vigilance, you're on a constant search to figure out who you are. And in that, you may lose a job. In that, you may lose a partner. You may lose a spouse in a death. You may lose your marriage, right? You may lose everything. And in fact, that's what happened to me after my death, right? In that 5-year journey, I have lost everything. The old Jason is truly completely gone. I am now went through my 5D ascension process, which was brutally difficult for me, painful, beyond painful. Now I'm in the awakening stage of my life, and that is basically, to you guys, what's the awakening? That is simply the ego death. The ego is dying with me, guys. It really isn't there anymore. And with that comes a lack of caring about everything, not about you guys, but about success, about money, about materialistic things. I do not care about this world any longer. It serves no purpose for me. Nothing here is real. And I just simply want to go home. And that's not a lack of caring. It's just a lack of knowing who I am. I have rediscovered who I am. And in that 5-year journey after my death, I'm at its culmination of ego death. And it's completely and totally surreal to sit here and look at and watch everybody scramble around like mice trying to pick up every little piece of bread or this or that. And look, I'm shopping. I got 15 new shoes. Look at these new shoes. Oh, look at my pretty nails. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? I don't. It means nothing to me. And when you reach that stage, it is truly an immense feeling of relief that I'm not trying to play keep up with the Joneses anymore, because I truly just don't care. Maria, hi, hon. How is the awakening? If I'm in the ascension process now, I need it to end. It has been painful. Yes, it's brutally painful. And the reason why ascension is very difficult is because you're ascending into a higher form of consciousness, right? So as your body is being transformed from a carbon-based body, it is being reborn into a a crystalline body, meaning your cells are being literally reformed on a genetic basis. Your DNA is being rewritten. And why is it being rewritten? It is because that you are now allowed to take in a much higher frequency vibrational light. Okay? So in order for your body to do that, it's got to be able to absorb more light and a higher frequency. And as you're changing through that, it is brutally painful, brutally painful. And that is something I would never like to go through again. Right? So that's why, Maria, that you're having all these issues. You're crabby, you're grumpy, you're not getting sleep. You wake up in these horrific, drenching sweats like I am now. I mean, it's like literally there's a shower pouring over me. It's 110 degrees and I'm smoking hot wet right now. But that you're crabby. And even during my NDE, I was still crabby. It's like, I'm not getting sleep. Every joint, my hips, my knees, my back, my head, everything was in just full on pain mode. And it was brutal, brutal. Let's see, Shadow Sun. I am in the same situation as you, Jason. Going to a new place without any plans, but I just now have to go. And it's a calling, Shadow. And you know it. It's a feeling deep within you. And people are going to look at you like you're nuts, like you're crazy. What do you mean you don't have a job? What do you mean you don't have a place to stay? Belief, okay? As Jesus would say, or the Christians would say in the Bible, your faith has made you well. It has nothing to do with faith. That's a religion-based bullshit. It's your belief. Do you believe? And if you do, then Shadow, on your trip, you should have no worries whatsoever in who you are and what's going to happen to you, because you believe without question that you are going to be just fine. In fact, that's the way you're going to be, just fine. Enjoy the trip. Have fun. Stand out on the side of the road and look and say, this is a new me. This is a new life. What is behind me is dead. I'm never going back. Sorry, guys, I got a drink. It's hot. Wow. Um, so good for you. And you're seeing that now in a lot of the situations in the world. Many thousands and millions of people are leaving religion. They're leaving the church. They're leaving relationships. They're leaving their children. I left everything behind, guys. I left my children, my grandchildren, everything I've ever known for 50 years. And I packed everything up. And then all of a sudden, I was like, as I'm worrying about, I can't get this. I looked at it and said, Jason, this is your old life, right? This is your old marriage. This is that. And next thing you know, I filled the dumpster up. I threw my 63-inch plasma TV out. I threw out basically everything I have ever owned in the garbage. I kept very little of who I was. I kept my guitars, my clothes, a couple paintings that I had that I really liked. And then everything else went in the garbage. And I'm talking food. I threw out at least $400 worth of food out. I threw all my clothes out, dishes, everything you can think of went in the garbage. And I literally filled up a dumpster. And I was like, that part of Jason is gone, gone. And I didn't care. I kept the blankets and pillows. I threw that. I kept some canned food so I could eat. But you know what was funny is the 1,700-mile trip, I ate twice in that 1,700-mile trip. Then I spent some time with my daughter. On a Friday, I had a chicken sandwich. Saturday, I had a sub sandwich. And then after that, I ate nothing. I was no longer hungry. Why did that happen, guys? The non-physical took hunger away from me. They maintained my body. I drank nothing but water and ate maybe 600 calories in 4 days. And here I am. So don't tell me that I need this or I need that. You are to need nothing. They took care of me. They took hunger away and they took care of my body. That to me is absolutely beautiful, guys. All right, Marie, what'd you say now? Um, if this is not real, how would that work? Just a change of the dream? Yes. Remember when you have a nightmare, right? When you're having a good dream and a funny dream and you wake up laughing and having fun, how did that work? And then the next night you go to bed, you have a horrific nightmare, right? How is that possible? Because it's simply a dream. And you can change your dream. You change your reality. Remember what I told you the other day on the phone, Maria? Your thoughts create your reality. Change your thoughts, you change your physical location. You change your physical appearance and what you see in the physical world. But you have to believe. You can't just say those things and then change it and expect it to change. No, you have to believe without question, hesitation, or doubt, guys. There is nothing else. So I keep getting out of bed doing strange stuff while sleeping. The other night, Gerald said I was going through the clothes in the closet. I remember nothing. That's because in your dream, that's what you're doing. Remember, you die, guys, every single night. Every night you close your eyes and you go to sleep, your soul detaches from your body and it goes off into other dimensions, other realms, other planets, goes home and sees God. It sees your overlord, it sees Jesus, and it's doing things that your mind, that your brain, your CPU here. Hi, Robert. And that's where nightmares come from, because your brain is trying to process what your soul is doing. And if it's doing stuff that it's freaking your brain out, you're going to have a nightmare because you're not being able to compute what is being given to you. So you have a freak out, right? You wake up screaming, you're covered in sweat. And in reality, it was simply another day, of your soul leaving its body. And it doesn't matter if you take a nap during the day when you're knocked out, right? Pass out on the couch, your soul detaches and it's gone. And sometimes you wake up and you're feeling refreshed and so on and so forth. And then you may have an effing nightmare that you woke up and you're panicked and all of that. So that's where you get your nightmares from. It's because you're still living in fear and your brain isn't able to compute what your soul is seeing and doing, and you have a freak out moment. So what's going on, Robert? How you doing? Hi, Jason at AL. ETAL. What's that mean, bud? Um, but yeah, when I started this video out, I wanted you guys to know that I'm okay, that I'm not living in fear, even though my company screwed me out of $1,100 and I only got 200 of it. I'm grateful that I have the $200 that was put back into my bank account. Now I could have flew off the handle. I could have been raging and rant. I need this money. I got to get my tire fixed. All of this. I'm beyond grateful. I got here in one piece. My car made it in one piece. I have a place to stay. It's a hostel. And by a hostel, it means I'm in an apartment building, but I'm sharing a room with four other guys. But I'm only paying $23 a night. So I paid for 2 weeks up front. I have air conditioning. I have a stove. I have a refrigerator, right? I am blessed and I am grateful for all that has come to me. And that's what I mean by gratitude, guys. Be grateful for what you have. I'm not going to fall into fear because it doesn't exist. And I'm going to keep repeating this over and over until you guys can understand this. I could very easily fall into that fear. And a couple of videos popped up uh, in my algorithm, and it was you've made it. Basically, one of them said is you accomplished something major. You have you know that fear doesn't exist. You just went on a journey and it was all without fear and stuff like that. And there was a bunch of 888s on the screen, and your abundance, massive abundance, is coming. And it was like, wow, where did this go? I've never seen this before in my life. But that's the non-physical saying. You just ended um, a major not karmic, because that's simply the act of doing, but you ended a major life lesson. Not that it's school, but you learned to control fear. You learned that it's not real, right? And it ended. I don't have to experience this anymore. But now I'm at the threshold, right? And when you're at the threshold of walking through the other door, what's there? You have a tendency to become fearful because you don't know what's in that dark room. You don't know what's waiting on the other side. I do. I believe without question, hesitation, or doubts that abundance is there. And that is where I'm being realigned with my higher self, right? I've asked the Holy Spirit for guidance. I've asked God to keep me healthy and safe. I've asked Jesus to keep me healthy and safe. And here I am, guys. It's all good. It's all beautiful. And, if I could get out of the way, there's let me see here. But yeah, there's the pool, right? So palm trees, pool, and here I am, healthy and safe, doing extremely well. I I did it and had that experience of not being able to find a job in Wisconsin and not being able to find a place to live, right? In that month. I would still be living in that fearful state of Jason, right? But nothing that I tried to do worked. And again, I tried to fit my foot into an old pair of shoes, right? Trying to go back into old employment jobs and this, that, and the other thing. And it's being shut down here. Okay. And then I woke up this morning to having, instead of $1,200 in my account, $200 in my account. Okay. I'm grateful for it. It's $200 that somebody living on the street doesn't have. I do. And I'm grateful for it. So I can't go back to the old Jason. It's just dead. And that means job wise, clothes wise, whatever it is, they're not allowing me to do it because something massive is coming. And I'm now in that threshold of that door opening and trying to walk through. All right. And that is a little disconcerting because I have never been in this place before in my life ever. I've just, like all of you, have succumbed to, well, this is my life. I get up, I go to work, and start it all over again, you know. And now that's over. I don't have that anymore. And that to me is it's I can't think of the right word. I'm just so grateful for it. I can't, it's like a kid in a candy shop. What do you want? And you're just running around all over the place trying to pick out the best thing that you want, right? And that's what it's like for me, but I'm just calm and comforting knowing that it's all here. It's coming. I just have to believe, and I do. And so when I watch that video, it's just like surrender. Quit trying to be and fit into the old life that no longer fits. So I'm telling all of you right here, right now, I've got 20 minutes left in this vlog tonight. Step up to the plate, all of you. If you're not happy in any part of your life and whatever you're trying to do isn't working, those doors keep getting closed, the loss of a job, the loss of a relationship, the loss of a marriage, it simply means you're being realigned. There's a door opening for you and you're being pushed out of everything you have ever known. Don't be afraid of it. Open your arms and say, it is time for me to truly become who I am, which is what you came here to do. So step up to the plate, just like I did. Make a life altering change, but you have to feel it in your soul. You have to feel it within you so deeply, like I did when I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I've lost my place. I can't stay here anymore. Can't find a job. Nobody will get back to me with rental applications. I sat down on the couch and I heard the voice in my head say, Arizona, Phoenix. And that was it. I threw everything out in the garbage, kept what I could, and here I am. I'm blessed. But I relinquished fear, right? The whole way here. Never once for a millisecond did I become fearful. I was like, this is the new Jason. This truly is who and what I'm meant to be. And I firmly believe that this business, my website, and this is truly going to bloom because this is the only thing that is taking place. I put those videos out there today of my trip to Arizona, right? So that's on, if you guys go into my, YouTube channel, you'll see those. I think there's 3 of them. So watch those. You can see my trip from Wisconsin to here, because many of you wanted me to document my trip from Milwaukee, Wisconsin to basically, I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's around Mesa, Tempe, Phoenix. It's in the bowl, basically. So, but never once did I fall into fear. I was sleeping in the back of my Jeep in not a park and ride, but rest areas. Truckers were there, families were there. I just hunkered my Jeep down, threw my seats down, threw some blankets over me, slept, got up, drove for 12 hours, stopped. And like I said, I maybe ate 500 calories in 4 days. How is my body surviving? Never once was I really, truly hungry. I drank like hell, but the non-physical was taking care of my body. They took hunger away from me, like completely away from me. Like I just did not want to eat. I still don't really want to eat. I mean, I ate today a little bit here and there, but it's just a new beginning. So I encourage all of you who are feeling something deep within them. All right. And you'll know it because you'll just know something isn't right. Listen to that. It's time for a change. It's time for you to awaken to who you are. And I don't care what anybody says in your life, your parents, your children, mom, dad, aunts and uncles, friends, because some of you, I don't want to go to the bar anymore. Nah, I don't want to do that. I want to stay and read. I would prefer to sit quiet and meditate. You quit watching TV, you quit watching the news, you quit doing a bunch of things. And all your friends are saying, screw you. Well, that just means you've moved up in a different dimension. And what is taking place in your old life no longer suits you anymore. And that's why you're struggling. You're not accepting the change that is coming within you right now, right? Because every single one of us are walking in a different dimension in this planet or on this planet. And the reason you have your little cliques, like, oh, we're going to go camping this way, a bunch of us are going to go camping, we're all going to go out to the bar Friday night, it's because you're all walking in the same dimension. You all have that click in the media. And then all of a sudden, one day, that doesn't work for you anymore. It irritates you. You don't want to be around it. You're more interested in peace and solitude. Why? You're evolving, you're growing, you're stepping up in vibration, and that no longer suits you. So if you're feeling that way now, guys, right? And you're thinking, what am I going to do? I mean, I don't love my husband or I don't love my wife that way anymore. Well, so what? Your marriage isn't real in the first place. So who cares? Love him or her, but just say, it's time. I have to move on. I got to go, and pack your things up and go. It's like the example I gave you. Say if a plane was crashing, right? I've always told you guys this, that you come first. So if that plane is crashing and all of a sudden the oxygen masks come down, you don't get up and start putting oxygen masks on anybody first, because all of a sudden then you roll over dead on the ground. No, you put the oxygen mask on first, right? And then if you can help somebody sitting next to you, great. But you come first. So if you're feeling that urge, you're feeling different, you're going through that ascension process, accept it. Be grateful for it. Let that peace settle into you and follow your intuition, your gut feeling. That is your guardian angel, right? Your protector, guardian angel, giving you that intuition to go do it. You have nothing to fear, because fear is an illusion. Winston Churchill said it during World War II better than ever. You have nothing to fear but fear itself, and fear itself is the illusion. So you have nothing to fear, right? I left my children, I left my grandchildren, and I'm here. I'm happy, and I know what is coming is going to be for my highest good. Whether it's difficult, whether it's painful, it's my evolution as a soul, as a being. And right now, with all the angel numbers and support, they are saying you've done it. You've accomplished something major in your timeline, in your evolution of your soul family, something that nobody in your soul family could accomplish, and you did. This is massive for me, guys. So if you're feeling that urge, I strongly encourage you to follow it. It's guiding you. You will be safe, and to go with it and accept it. And remember that I'm not a man. I've never been a man. You're not a woman. You've never been a woman. But what you do is you worship the body, which is worshiping a false idol. Oh, look at me putting on all your makeup. Look at all my pretty clothes. Oh, my pretty nails. You have to forgive yourself for that, because as you go to work, you don't identify yourself as a Jeep Grand Cherokee, do you? So why the hell would you identify yourself as a woman? Just because you have shit hanging off your chest and something between your legs? I'm not a man. I was shown that very clearly in my death. So what the non-physical wants from you is to live your life now, right now. Have fun. Do what you want to do, no matter what it is. I don't care if you're the CEO of a company and you want to become a gardener at Stein's Garden and Gifts, then go be a gardener at Stein Gardens and Gifts. Sell your home, sell your shit, move someplace where it's cheap and it's affordable, and you can live your life. Change. We are constantly in that motion. Who you were 3 seconds ago no longer exists. Who you are in this moment right now, listening to these words, is you. And you're here for a reason. You're listening for a reason. Ask yourself why. When you get done with listening to this podcast tonight, ask yourself why I was here, why I was drawn to Jason's words, why they resound so deeply within me. And then take that and roll with it. Make that change in your life. Sorry, guys, my glasses are falling off my face. I'm sweating like a pig. And that's why I came on here tonight. I want you guys to know that I'm okay. I had a beautiful trip. It was beautiful. But knowing that I was going on this trip was simply me reimagining who I am. Everything that I saw, When I got to Colorado, the Rocky Mountains didn't exist until I put them there. I created them. Other than that, there was nothing there. It was a blank sheet of canvas. So anytime I was driving or any location I went to, those thoughts I created in that reality in the now moment. And that is what you are doing right now. I did not exist until you turned on your computer, your phone, or your iPad and clicked on me. I didn't exist until you put me there. I mean, it's really that simple, guys. And I want you guys to know how safe and secure and loved that you guys are, that you are living in a reality that doesn't exist. This is simply what do you want to call it? A high definition virtual reality, a high VR, right? When you put on the goggles, the virtual reality comes, right? In death, when you take off the goggles, your true self emerges. And not only did you climb that ladder, you are knocking down your incarnations, right? Because that's what eventually you want to do, because you believe that you live in a linear world. You're right, left to right, you speak left to right, you do this left to right. In reality, it's horizontal. So anytime you accomplish what you need to do, they keep going smaller and smaller and smaller until you become enlightened, just like Yeshua did. And that's simply the last life you'll have. But they have already been come and gone. You're just simply turning on the TV and watching this version of you take place. That's it. That's it. And I know that now, and I feel it. And that is why in my awakening, it is simply the ego death. I have no ego anymore. I just don't care. Everything here just does not, it does not interest me. And I'm seeing all these guys, oh, I went out here, oh, I did this, and I want to get this. And I was like, you got Jason, you want to come out? And I'm like, no, I'll sit in this room. No, it doesn't interest me. I don't care. I don't want any clothes. I don't want any flip-flops. I don't want anything except to go home. But that is what it is, right? Right in that moment. But so live your lives, guys. Live it in love. Don't get me wrong. Don't go out and start hating and well, fuck this didn't work, and my job sucked because of you. You can go fuck off. No, forgive them. Just like when they screwed me over on my paycheck, right? I was grateful for that money that got put into my account. Grateful, blessed, and I forgave them for what they did. Huge, and I let it go. So go live your lives, guys. I love you guys. And that's why I came on here tonight. I want you guys to know that, you know, I know you guys were following. I know you were waiting for videos and stuff, and I just had that time. It's been rough settling in, bumpy, I should say, but I got those videos out for you today. I came on here for the live just to show you guys that I'm doing okay and everything is golden. And I'm grateful that I'm here. I got here safe. Go live your lives, guys. If it's the end of a marriage, so be it. If it's the end of a relationship, so be it. If it's the end of a job, moving away from children, family, everything you've ever known, it's a calling deep within that you need to answer that call. Because if you don't in this lifetime, the next one you're going to get right back on that same horse. Whether you change bodies or not, you're still going to experience those things that you did not do during this lifetime. And you're not doing them because you're fearful, right? What if? And oh my God, what's my mom going to think? What's my dad going to think? I'm leaving my kids, blah, blah, blah. Who cares, right? Who cares? Get up and go do it. Live your life. But when you make those changes and people are mad at you and they're hating on you or they're upset because they don't know, forgive them, for they know not what they do, right? They're lost. They're scared. And they're projecting themselves onto you. They're the mirror. You're their mirror. So when they look at you, they see the ugliness within themselves. Make that change. I feel a calling, but don't know what to do. Do it, Maria. Just do it. That's that's the illusion that you keep telling yourself. I don't know what to do. Yes, you do. You absolutely know what to do. When I sat on the couch and said, I'm moving to Phoenix, that was it. After that, I got the pod. I quit my job. I started moving a 2-bedroom apartment out by myself. And then I said, you know what? This is all my old me. Why am I moving all of this? And then I began to throw everything for the last 50 years of my life into the garbage. So let's see. I don't know what to do, meaning I have an idea what the calling is for. Well, then figure out what that idea is and then build on it and then just do it. It may seem crazy to others, but who cares? It's not their life. It's not their dream. It's yours, right? Just do it. Have fun when you do it. And if people are hurt, people are upset, just love them. Give them the hug. If they don't want it, just say, you know what? I love you. This is something I have to do. And then do it. Just do it. Just like I did. You are divinely supported. Your Father is watching. God is watching you. He's He's loving every minute of what you're doing, right? And on my move, I was supported by those angel numbers, right? Like I told you guys 3 times, when I was in Colorado Springs, I had to pull over and get some gas. Put it in there, was looking at the Colorado Rockies. I heard it stop, went to go top the tank off, and guess what? The gasoline pump said $33.33. Tell me how that is possible. That's a 1 in a 1 billion shot. Instead, those are my angels and guides saying, you are right where you need to be, brother. Keep going. Show no fear. Go. Divinely guided all the way. 888s all the way there. Massive abundance is coming. Now I just have to sit and wait. And that's the hardest thing for a human to do, right? We've constantly been taught to keep moving, keep going, keep striving, keep becoming something that you're not and you will never, ever be. Well, I'm an architect. I'm this, I'm that. I have a good house. I have 3 cars. That's not who you are. That's not what you came here to do, right? You've been taught wrong, like I tell you guys. Shadow Sun. I also don't feel the need to do anything. I can just sit in my room and be happy. My capitalist family obsessed by money doesn't understand and hates me for that. Well, let them hate you, love them, forgive them, understand that they're living in fear and that you are evolving, Shadow, right? You are stepping out of, it's like a snake shedding its skin when we evolve, right? If the snake doesn't shed its skin, it's going to die, right? It's not going to grow because that's how snakes grow. They shed their skin, right? So each time they shed their skin, they get a little longer, they get a little bigger around, right? So imagine that snake not shedding its skin. It's going to die, right? If you don't do the same, you're not going to die, but you're going to keep coming back and figuring this shit out until you do. So if they hate you, just love them even more, forgive them. In Shadow, go do it. Just go do it. How do I do it when I have no idea what it is? Well, then you have to figure that out, Maria. And I can almost guarantee you, you know what it is without question. You know what it is, whether it's your boat career, the dogs, a move somewhere else, it doesn't matter. You know what it is. You feel it. You're just afraid to pinpoint it because once you pinpoint it, then you know what you have to do, right? And that is fear. That's the ego. So don't fall into that trap. Don't feel guilty about whatever you do, guys. Being guilty is siding with the ego, right? And I told you guys that I had a rough life. I've done some horrible things. I had bisexual experiences, outright rejection of the Holy Spirit for most of my life, all that. And after my death, I have no guilt in me about what I have done, period. I am perfect, I am beautiful, and I am loved, and I love myself exactly that way. I will come first over every living being on this planet, including my children. I have no guilt in me in any way, shape, or form. So Shadow, Maria, you guys go do what you need to do and don't worry about whatever it is. And for Maria, yours is fear-based and you know it. So, and that's okay. Again, Maria, you're right where you need to be. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not being judged for it. You're being urged on forward by your guides. Like, come on, it's like a baby learning how to walk, right? It stands up and it's wobbling back and forth. Does it look like it's scared? Does it look like it's right? No. What it's going to do is take a couple steps and fall on its face, cry a little bit. You pick it back up, comfort it, and what's it going to do? That baby's going to stand up again and try to, it's going to waddle and walk. Is there any fear in that baby? Hell no. Once that thing learns how to walk, man, it's running. Then it's going to try and stick its hand on the hot stove. Does it have any fear of that hot stove? No. You can tell it no a million times until one day you weren't there quick enough and it's going to stick its hand on that hot stove and it's going to scream bloody murder, right? But lesson learned, they will never do that again. So we need to act like a bunch of toddlers because they don't care. They don't care where they're going to sleep that night. They don't care what they're going to eat. They don't care what they're going to wear, right? They're just out having fun. And we've piled all of this shit on ourselves and we're no longer having fun, right? We need to go back to that stage of taking all our clothes off and running around having fun like a 2-year-old and not worry about where we're going to sleep, not worry about where we're going to get our next meal from, because doesn't God provide the birds with a place to stay and food to eat? You don't think that you will be taken care of? Look at me. Here I am. Perfect example. So you guys, that's why I came on here tonight. I wanted you to show what an absolute fearless example can be like. Ending a 50-year life in one place and coming out and starting brand new. I can't find a job in my old area. I'm not going to sit here and worry about it. Didn't get my money. I got $200 instead of 1,200. I'm grateful. Beyond grateful. That's what it's about. It's about living here and now, doing it. So whatever it is you guys want to do, whatever's in the back of your mind, do it. I don't care what it is. And another thing Spirit wants me to say, which was big lately, is your sexuality. Have fun with yourself. Have fun with your partner. If you're in a marriage and you're bored and you step out of it, don't feel guilty about it. Enjoy it. Have fun. Expand yourself. Grow as a soul. Grow as that multidimensional being. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. All right. Now, I've been here for over an hour. I am completely drenched. It's still 110 degrees out. So I'm going to go sit in the air conditioning for a while, guys. I love you guys. Thanks for showing up. So I'm going to be on earlier because it's Arizona time, Central time. So it's 6. So right now it's 8 o'clock in Wisconsin. So I came on in what would normally be Wisconsin time. Okay. That means I came on at 5 o'clock my time here in Arizona. So I try to keep it with Central time. So from now on, guys, when I might come on next Friday because I haven't really put some videos out there and I do want to talk with you guys. So I may come on next week too. But it will be 5 o'clock. So wherever you are, because I'm in mountain time right now. So, and in Arizona, there's no daylight savings time. So it's 5 o'clock. It's always going to be, and right now it's 6 o'clock. But so you guys are going to have to adjust your schedules. But I will try to keep coming on at 5 o'clock, because if I come on at 7 o'clock in Florida, it's 10 o'clock. And I don't want to come on at 8 o'clock because some of you that might be 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I don't want to keep you guys up late. So from now on, or right now when I'm in Arizona, I will be coming on hopefully between 5 and 6. Because when I do find a job or when this takes off, I'll do what I can. But generally, I'll try and come on at 5 o'clock for you guys. Thanks for showing up, guys. I spent like the first 15 minutes talking to myself, but that's all right. I need to do it. I love you guys. And if you haven't watched the videos of my trip, I had them put out today, so you can watch that when this is done. But I encourage you before I go one last time, step up, guys. I know many of you are feeling a change within you. You're not happy. You don't know what it is. Sit down on the couch, tell everybody shut up or go away, and follow your instincts. Do not be afraid of that change, of that door opening and closing behind you, because what is coming is for your own good. It may seem harsh, it may seem brutal, but it's for your own evolution. It's for your own growth. And as you climb that ladder towards enlightenment, you are knocking down your incarnations. And that's what you want to do. That's what you came here to do. That's part of finding out who you are, right? So I will leave you guys with that. Nicholas West, have a great rest of your day. Much love. Thanks for your message. You are welcome, Nicholas. I love you guys very much. I hope you guys have a blessed weekend, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.